It's not, you know, a specific adoption camp. It is a camp, one and foremost, and they're there to have fun, and they're there to learn, and they're there to make friends and relationships and everything else. Daniel, like most other adopted kids, has a separation anxiety, being separated from his parents and stuff like that. So when we had broached, you know, with him going to camp and it was going to be a stay away camp, you know, a sleepover, he was like, no, 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 I'm not leaving you guys. You know, there was no way.
Nice to meet you finally, Daniel. I've heard a lot about you.
But we really wanted him to go to Camp Cleo, so he was only 9 at the time and he had never stayed away from home before. So my wife, she rented a hotel room close by, and so Daniel was dropped off there in the morning and at 8:30 picked up and brought back. It didn't have to be a sleepover. We had to deal with the tears, of course, when we were dropping him off because he was completely nervous and everything else. And I mean, we didn't really, well, we knew it was a safe place and he was going to have fun if he just relaxed a small bit.
In the boys' cabin, Hans, which is where you'll be, is...
And Sandy, being the person that she is, such an amazing woman that, you know, she hugged him straight away and assured him everything was going to be fine. We picked him up that evening and he couldn't wait to go back the next day, and that was it.
Spot him on this side, Liam.
Okay.
I remember at the time, this was 4 years ago, they had one day where there was like a discussion on adoption.
Good. Well, don't worry.
This was a big day. This was like, you know, one of the reasons why there was, you know, the camp.
Good.
And Sandy came up to me and she was like, the kids were not that too interested in the whole conversation. And like any kids, they just wanted to run around, play, swim, canoe, and everything else.
There you go.
So this year they went on like a 6-mile hike, and they did the whole adoption discussion, and he came back with much more positive, you know, outlook on the whole thing.
It looks like...
And he's grown in the last 4 years.
It's beautiful.
He's become more and more just, you know, like a wonderful kid that he is.
There's Daniel's got one.
There are subtle things, you know, that he wouldn't have talked about before. Now he talks about with adoption and stuff like that. When he got to middle school, he met a whole bunch of new people, and one of the kids must have seen me or seen my wife, and he was like, "Who's that?" And he said, "Oh, that's my mother." And I said, "It can't be your mother." And he says, "Yeah." And I said, "No, I'm adopted." And the kid said, "Well, I feel sorry for you." It was a kind of a shocking thing for Daniel. I think over his years of going to Camp Cleo, he was able to say, "Why are you feeling sorry for me? I've got great parents. I would never have met them if I wasn't adopted. I love everything." And, you know, he came back and he said, "I felt sorry for him." He's just so completely grounded in who he is. No, I mean, I really think that comes from Camp Cleo. I really think that him being around Sandy and Peter, just two of the most incredible people to get to know and to get to spend a week with is the key.
All right, you look beautiful.
Camp Cleo really, really, you know, was great for him.